Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for checking out the video. This video is going to be a clean audio mod on the Star Wars Arcade 1-Up machine. Now, obviously your first question is what in the heck is a clean audio mod? Well, a clean mod is one that simply does not require you to cut any existing wires, and we're just going to add in adapters and such to modify to our needs. We're not going to actually cut anything. And if you notice here, the audio isn't good. Actually, it's not good at all. I think I have it cranked up to about 100. So we're going to have to add an amp into this thing. Let's get to it. Now, obviously the first thing we need to do is to get this back off. There we go. Now we can get to the meat and potatoes of this whole situation. You can see the board in there. This is our amplifier. This is just a 12-volt amp. You can get these off Amazon for about $20 or less. I think I paid about $15 for this one, but I had an adapter laying around. Now, this is the speaker wire right here. It's a 3.5mm post jack, so you're going to have to convert it over to not have to cut it. So we're going to have to convert this into a speaker wire compatible component because you can't just plug it in there. That doesn't really work. See, no, that's not going to work. So we need to convert this over. So we're going to have to find a little converter cable that will convert a 3.5mm into speaker wires. Now that's where this comes into play. And please don't mind the horrible autofocus. I'm still learning how to use this stupid camera. But those are speaker wire posts. So now we'll be able to convert our 3.5mm jack sort of into speaker wire. However, if you notice, that's a male cable. We can't stick the male to the male, so we're going to have a female to female adapter that we can plug our male ends into. And but the funny thing is it'll work. I mean, right here, that's a female to female, even though you can't tell because the autofocus is fantastic. But that is a female to female connector. We're going to plug that post right into that one, and that's our speaker wire. And then we'll plug the other end right into the other male. So as I said, now we've created two free open ports for our speaker wires that will eventually go directly into the amplifier. But for now, we want the audio to go from the board into the amplifier so that we have a solid audio out. The HDMI takes audio out from the PC into the board. So now we want the board audio to go straight out to the amplifier. So there's our audio out there. Stick the male there. And the other end is a male that will go into the MP3 port on the amplifier. Just right here. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, just go ahead and put it in. There we go. All right, so now we've got our audio coming out from the board into the amplifier. Now we just need some speaker wires, and we'll be good to go. But before we get to that part, it's best to go ahead and mount the amplifier where we're going to keep it. And for me, I'm going to mount the amplifier on the very top of the cabinet. That way I can just reach up and adjust the volume as I need it. Anywhere else might be a little counterintuitive for me. I don't want to have to move my cabinet around just to reach the volume. So this is the most user-friendly option. Now this part is completely optional. Now I chose to go ahead and drill a small hole in the top of my cabinet to run the wires down through. You do not have to do this. There is a hole in the back panel of the cabinet. You can just run it through there, but I chose to do this to keep it a little bit cleaner. You do not have to do that at all. Now we got some speaker wire. Let's go ahead and split the speaker wire and get it installed. Now once you have your wires separated, you can use this little blurry doodad to strip the wires. It is a wire stripper. And they are fantastic at removing the outer cover to expose the wire underneath. It takes about 2 seconds to strip a wire. I used to try to do this with my knife, and I would just break the wire every single time. But let's go ahead and finish up all 4 wires, and then we'll get to the install. Now that our wires are all clean and stripped, we can go ahead and start installing them into the posts. And there you have it. We now have our speakers running out from the amplifier, and we have our line in coming from the HDMI board. So everything should run smoothly, and it's all run right through the hole, so it's pretty nice and comfortable up there. But what you can't see is down inside the cabinet, we have a surge protector, which runs our PC, our amplifier, and everything. Kind of nice and neat down there. It's kind of a rat's nest at the moment, but we have not cut a single wire to do this mod. Everything should run quite smoothly without cutting any wires, And if you really wanted to, you could put this right back the way you had it before, original in stock. All right, now that we've got everything set up, let's turn it up and see how it sounds.
Yank the crank to pick its back. Twisted Twister, what you wanna drive? Turn the wheel to see them trucks.
Yep, does sound pretty good. These are the stock speakers though, so if I do want a solid bass out of it, I will have to put in new speakers. But other than that, without having to sever any wires in this whole cabinet, I'd say it really came out well. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them below, and I'll try to include all the items we used in the description. And as always, if you liked it, give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks so much.